Whenever you upload a YouTube video, whether it's a short or a long-term video, you need to make sure that it tells a story, that it has a beginning, that it has a middle, and that it has an end. And in this video, we're going to be making a YouTube short together, specifically a YouTube gaming short. And we're going to also make sure that it has a story that it tells, that it captivates the viewer, and that, hopefully skyrockets. Okay, so first thing I'm going to need you to do is go and open up your editing software, whether that's DaVinci Resolve, Premiere Pro, or Final Cut Pro. Once you've done that, you go ahead and start up a new project, and that's cool. And then make sure to save it in a good location. Once it's done, what you need to do is you need to drop the clip that you have chosen into the project section. And the things you're going to need is you're going to need your Twitch clip or your clip that you've downloaded maybe offline through OBS or however you've recorded it. Then you're going to need to actually choose a song. And when it comes to the song, you need to keep in mind storytelling, because after visual, the most important aspect is going to be audio, and the song that you play can change the entire atmosphere and mood of your video. Take this for example. And compare it to this. You'll see what I'm talking about now. The same clip, and it feels completely different just by the song choice. So even if you take a few minutes to choose a song, it's worth it. Make sure you choose a good song. I stick to sneaking up to mischief music. You can even just search it on YouTube, mischief music, sneaking music, YouTube sneaking music. You'll find it. It's all there. It's all cool. Then what you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to drop your Twitch clip or your gaming clip into the timeline. And then what you need to do is you actually need to go up to your sequence settings or your timeline settings, and you need to change the aspect ratio. It needs to be 1080 width by 1920 height. You know, like an Instagram story or TikTok or Reel. It needs to be that size in order for YouTube Shorts to pick it up. So make sure to go to your sequence settings and change it to that, and it's going to resize everything. Well, then I know your clip is kind of in the middle there. It's just kind of floating like the planet in space. So what I like to do is I like to move my Twitch clip up a layer and put a solid color layer underneath it. And just so it's not black, or if it's black, it's cool, it's your thing, you can have it. Make sure it's just a color that's according to your brand. Maybe it's your YouTube brand or your Twitch brand. So just grab color pick from one of those. It's cool. So once you've downloaded the song that you've chosen, what you then need to do is drop that into your project folder as well. And if it's a video that you're extracting the audio from, just double click on it and it will show up here in your source. And just drag this from this audio icon here and then drop it down into the layer below. My advice is to also just expand it by grabbing this here underneath it and then just turning it down a bit. Now the next important thing that you need to know is the attention span of a human being is 3 seconds. So within the first 3 seconds, you need to establish the story, so the introduction. Then you need to have the middle part of the story introduced in the first 3 seconds. So what I like to do is I like to cover up my transition. So in this clip, it starts off with me walking down mid in Counter-Strike Dust 2, and then the flashbang goes off. So I use that white overlay as from the flashbang as a transition to later into the clip. So I have my intro and I have my middle, and then what I do is I kind of just let it roll to build up suspense, and the build up is all to the part where I get wrecked. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put all my focus and attention on the part leading up to my death. And I really thought it'd be cool and thought-provoking to have Obi-Wan Kenobi show up. When I died, I thought of the hello there meme. So I'm going to be making this clip into that. So what I needed to do was I needed to download a image of Obi-Wan Kenobi's face. And what I did was I cut it out in Photoshop, and then I dropped it into my timeline, and I zoom in on the video clip right when you can just see the first pixel of the guy's face coming above the stairs. And that's when I have the layer of his face start. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to effects and controls and click on the position keyframe, and I'm just going to move it each frame so that it kind of follows the head of the person, just so that people can see, oh, okay. And you know what? I know it's small, but it's the small things and the attention to detail that people are going to really appreciate. So don't despise the small things in your video that take a lot of time. It's the small things that make people go, that was a good video. That was a good short. I'll subscribe. So what I'm going to do is I overlay that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to download the YouTube clip of the Hello There scene from the Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, and I'm just going to take the audio section of the Hello There, and I'm going to make sure to position it accordingly to when it should be taking place.
Hello there.
Once that whole section is done, like the bulk of the work is done, but now what we need to do is we need to create intrigue. So this is actually the good thing about having space above and below. So above, we're going to be adding text, and this text is going to be a question or a bit of a statement to be like, I can't believe this happened. That way, when people start watching your YouTube short and they're like, what happened? I got to watch this short, man. I got to see what happened. And so it's always important to actually have that text there. In fact, a study was done on Instagram videos that work in the post feed, and they found that the most successful ones and the most engaging ones are ones that have text over it with a question or a statement of suspense. So make sure to utilize that in your shorts. Like, make it intriguing, give the viewer a reason to watch. Like, they must want to find out what happened to you. They must want to see me get wrecked on short. And just a few lines that you can put in there. I can't believe this happened to me. You'll never guess what happened. So this happened. And then what I like to do is underneath, I actually like to promote my Twitch stream, which is the whole purpose of the short. This short is as purely to actually promote my Twitch streams. So they see this clip, they see me, they're introduced to me, they see something funny, they see my reaction, and they go, that's cool. Maybe I'll watch him live next time he's live. Okay, so now going back to the scene where Obi-Wan kind of just appears out of nowhere, I want to add a bit of effects, like making the screen zoom in and be like, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download the Nani, you know how you say it, kind of overlay, and I'm going to just drag and drop that over the section of when his head appears, just to add emphasis, like, I'm in danger, B. I'm about to die. And the way to kind of get rid of that background is you just firstly resize it, make sure it's the right size. Then you're going to go to your effects panel and find Ultra Key. With the Ultra Key, you're going to just drop it on top of the clip, and then you're going to go back to effects and controls and select this, and then click on the color that it's going to take away. So if it's a green screen, it can always take out the green, and then boom, voila, you can even duplicate the layer just to make more of them and just kind of resize it, flip it, do whatever you want on it. And it's a really great way to add really cool overlays, which creates atmosphere and make it intense. Now what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to be exporting it. The format that I use is I just go 8.264 and I'll just say high bit rate. Don't select the YouTube 1080p because it's going to make it a width format, like 1920 width by 1080 height. Remember, it needs to be the story format. Now, a few things to note. When you're uploading it to YouTube, you need to make sure that in the title, it has hashtag shorts. I'm not sure if it's been proven that you don't need to, but I've just, from my experience, I've always needed it in the title. And the second thing that I want to quickly say to you is don't panic if the algorithm doesn't pick it up. Sometimes it takes a week to pick it up, and even if it doesn't, just make another one. Build up that library of Twitch clips and all the content that you have and the funny moments. And the beauty of post editing like this, like I was just showing you, is you can take a very mediocre clip and make it funny. The power is in your hands, and you can tell a compelling story with any clip. And yeah, man, it was so rad being with you. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you, I value you, and I'll see you in the next video.